Welcome back to Sports with the Girlies for the Girlies. As y'all know, I am the incomparable Dr. G. We have Big Claude, Big
As always.
Mar, and C. Welcome, ladies. How y'all feeling today?
We're feeling great, I feel like. We're on high spirits this Tuesday. We are.
No, yeah, I'm definitely happy that the WNBA season has begun, but there's definitely a lot on our minds for sure.
Unfortunately, yes, as always.
And Big Claude, you said that we're in high spirits on this Tuesday, and yeah, but kinda. Because
Yeah.
I'm not even recovered really from all of the internet scholars that think they know everything about sport dynamics and what sport comes with
Well,
and
of
the issues
course.
behind it. And so, as we know, this weekend, Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese pretty hard. And let's talk about the foul.
Well,
How do we feel about the foul?
first of all,
I mean, it got upgraded to a flagrant, didn't it?
yeah, flagrant, but I really think there was a little bit more behind it. Like,
It was
there's a
that
lot
there
of
was definitely
animosity there.
a little extra push at the end for sure.
And shove. And then the playoff of I didn't even really
Like,
shove
oh, I
that
didn't,
hard.
yeah, and just having Angel seem like
No. It's just the act that she plays. It just is so, she thinks she's that girl, just walk off, just shove somebody like that and just walk off, it's cool.
It's frustrating because this isn't new. Like this behavior from Caitlin isn't new, and she gets a pass every time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
nurtured.
bruh, she pushed her, and now they're acting like Caitlin's the victim. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I agree with y'all. I think that it wasn't just a basketball play. If we look at all of the angles,
Yeah,
there was a little extra follow through with the push.
for sure. I think, yes, basketball play in the retrospect of it, but when you get down to looking at it, you're doing a little bit too much. You took it too far.
Mm-hmm.
no,
You
yeah,
took it too far.
I have definitely there's definitely been a couple times where I've fouled someone in that manner, and it was definitely a little aggressive towards it. Like, that's the type of foul you give someone when they've been annoying you the whole game, and you're just
Right.
over it. Like, that was not. I could tell that there was just.
Yeah, it's the extra push that is getting me, where it's you're pissed off. You're mad.
Absolutely. And I just want to clarify who's talking. Big Claude, a hooper. Big Mar, EYBL courts. If you don't know what an EYBL court is, you didn't hoop. You didn't hoop.
You don't even know what it is. Right?
So we know ball's what we're trying to say. And so I think we all agree that was not a regular foul. There's a little bit of extra on that. And I personally love the way Angel Reese responded in the interview. And she's being criticized for that.
She just shuts it down. Because she's why am I going to sit here and talk about this? You guys give her so much. I'm not gonna, I don't care. Move
Exactly.
on.
Exactly.
I'm
She said
just
that.
imagining if Angel did that to her, what that would look like and what that
It would be
sound
raps.
World War III.
It would be over. They'd be calling for her to be kicked out the league.
Poor girl.
Her over.
Speaking of, there is an ongoing investigation over that game, because what I'm hearing is that allegedly there were Indiana fans in the crowd that were making chants and taunting Angel, making
No, guys. I can't do it.
The issue itself is already something to be pissed off about, but the way Caitlyn reacted to it, because one, she doesn't react, which we know. But in her very minimal statement that she made about it, she's like, "Well, it was really loud, so I didn't hear it."
It was so dismissive.
But I guess it happened because they're looking into it, so I'll let the league do what they do. You didn't have to say that. You did not
this
have to
is
start
another
it
one of
off
those situations where it's just keep your mouth shut then. Just don't even say anything.
But y'all, this is a pattern. This happened last year. It was the team Dijonay was on. And they said that they heard those same things last year. Game 1, this season is happening again. And so my issue with Caitlyn is that she's complicit. I don't care. She is complicit. If you realize what's happening, I personally believe that it's your responsibility to condemn it. Simply condemn it.
100%.
That's it. Make a statement. And I understand she tries to stay in the middle, but this is a different era.
What is the
she
middle
tries
of
to
it?
stay in the middle. Yeah, we can't even say
Also,
that.
Especially now with Paige in the league. Paige from the beginning has always been a strong advocate for the black women that she plays the sport with. And I feel like Caitlyn needs to take a page out of Paige's book because
literally.
I'm saying, like, she's, like I said, like you said, is very much complicit in just letting blatant racism to...
But it's also, like, you literally are in Indiana. Like, this is so expected from that area, unfortunately. And it's also, like, you just feed into it. Like, you're not saying anything, so you're part of the problem. Like, you are the problem, essentially. So, without her ever saying anything, they're just going to continue doing it. And then, like, this investigation, this, like, jank investigation they're doing, because they obviously have had to investigate this in the past, and nothing has come of it. I mean, like, really, like, I don't buy any of that.
It's just very immature for a, like, college-educated, like, well-traveled, well-rounded, well-versed, well-networked person to be so disconnected from reality and the power that she has is insane.
And I realize that she's taking the Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, I just want to hoop approach, Kevin Durant, I just want to hoop approach. But unfortunately,
she can't do that.
You can't do that because of the league that she's in and the society that we're currently living in. And we're in a different era of basketball with social media and all of that. You have to utilize your voice in some way, especially when it's so dangerous. Like with what's happening is so dangerous. This is dangerous activity.
Yeah.
Was it Dewana Bonner? One of the vets said last year that they've never experienced racism like this in the league until Alyssa. Thank you. It was until last year in Indiana. And so since we're saying this is a pattern in your fan base, as the main star of that team, you have to say something. And so it's just very frustrating. And the real reason I have on Shades is not even because of Caitlyn, it's because of RG3. So I know. Have y'all seen the RG3 video? Because I couldn't watch it all, but I got the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get through the whole thing. Like,
I guess I'll kind of talk real quick and get off because I'm very upset about it. I really want to hear what C has to say because actually C will probably say everything that I need to say. But it was such an insensitive and dangerous take because he made so many assumptions about the situation. First of all, first line, Angel hates Caitlyn. How do we get here?
I fear that's just not even the case. Like, I don't even think she hates her. Like, I think Angel's just very much competitive. Like, this is just her competitor, and like that's it.
Exactly. And I agree, and I think most of society agreed because what shocked me is that in the comments, Des Bryant, like all of these top tier NFL players are saying, RG3, you're wrong here. Because it was the caption, it was the things he was saying, talking about Angel, and really it was his wife sitting in the background, shaking her head the entire time. That was it, no. Because what it gave was he was trying to protect Caitlyn. It gave a protective visual, and I'm trying to be careful in my wording here because I'm very upset. However, it was very dangerous, the things he was saying, considering the racial dynamics of the entire situation, considering the ways black women are stereotyped in society. And he was throwing those stereotypes on her, but just incredibly just saddening to see.
And it's
but
like also like he's black. Like what? Like
he's black as what's my boy name that did that response? Ryan Clark. As Ryan Clark highlighted, he, even though he's black, he has such an affinity towards white women to the extent that they pulled about 10 tweets of him talking about how much he loves the color of his wife's skin and how much he loves white milk.
So we need to grow up here, though. I'm sorry. We are grown men. Let's have a reality check here and realize, like, what's going on in the world and lock in a little bit.
I would hope so, but that's not what he was doing. But anyways, Ryan Clark did a brilliant, I don't know if y'all saw it. Ryan Clark responded, in my opinion, I mean, he did a couple things cool, but to the point, it was absolutely brilliant and exactly what was happening there. Because he not only worked with him in media, but as an athlete too. So he's seen him in many respects, and he called his bluff in so many areas. And so I just don't like the fact that people are placing all of these things on Angel. Angel hates Caitlyn and all of that. And that's not the case. Now, y'all, we said we want a rivalry. We want it. But we just don't want it to be weaponized.
Of course not.
So I'm done for now. Somebody else talk. I got what I need. I'm taking shades
I
off.
was also just going to say, like, to circle back again to Caitlin Clark, as we love her so much, I just don't understand, like, how this is all happening, and then she gets all this praise, like, online, like, everyone's voting her, like, possible MVP, like, all this stuff, and I'm like, this is disgusting, like, honestly,
I don't know where, like, them voting her, like, top 5 for everything, it's like, let's be realistic, please, like, I don't know.
And then I'm watching the Wings game last night, and they're like, Paige Becker's, you know, like, she's having, like, you know, like, a rough start, or whatever they were trying to say, and then they were like, but, you know, like, Caitlin had the same situation last year, and then she came in and, like, turned it all the way around in the whole thing. And I was like, why are we comparing apples to pears? Like, there's, like, we can't, that's just not, I don't know, that just really pisses me off. Like, I don't understand how they're going to come in here, and she's, like, the all-hail, and she's just not, though.
I feel like, and this might be crazy to say, but I stand by it 100%, I feel like a lot of the same people who for years were commenting under WNBA posts the same racist comments that we see over and over, and talking about how they will not tune in to a league that is predominantly built on Black women, saw her come in, and they saw that as their, like, shining light.
Of course.
And, like, that is their holy grail. She is the only pure thing in this league, and it is so disgusting to see that conversion from being that type of, like, anti everything that this league is, to then using this person's success to some degree as your catalyst for your beliefs and making them known in this world, and that's not okay. And it's not entirely her fault, but because she knows that that is happening, she knows that her fan base carries these ideals in a lot of people. You can't pretend like that doesn't have anything to do with you at this point.
She's just so avoidant. Like,
why
step up to the plate.
Why do y'all think she's so avoidant? Like, why do y'all think she's not saying
Because I think she agrees.
Whoa.
Clock it! I'm sorry.
I mean, like,
what do y'all do, Gen Z? Is this it? Which finger? Yeah, that.
It don't matter, like.
I just think, like, let's be real, like, you went to Iowa, like, what's going on up there? Now you're in Indiana, what's going on up there? And here we are, and you aren't saying anything, so you're a part of the problem. Therefore, you must not think there's anything wrong with somebody yelling racist remarks at a Black female athlete that you're playing against, that you also have a problem with. So
it's so loud in the arena all the time. She can just never hear them.
That's gotta be
it's so loud. Every game is so loud. They're just cheering her name so loud.
But yeah, her silence makes her guilty of complicity. I think Albert Einstein or somebody said that. So that's the problem. And again, and these men defending her, it's just been very frustrating, because honestly, before this, y'all know I was done when I saw LeBron post her. Because
like, it kills me. Like, every time, like, it kills me every time he's like, let's go Caitlin Clark. I'm like, why are you hyping her? He's like a bandwagon. I don't mean to be like that, but he's a bandwagon. Like, why is he bandwagging her?
You know, and as a LeBron fan, it really pains me, because, you know, I stand beside him. But for this, I cannot. I cannot for several reasons.
Yes.
And I'm trying to understand from his perspective. Maybe he sees, you know, a little bit of him in her, in the sense of that she's a young star dealing with a lot of, you know, I guess, criticism, but it's false. This is a fake narrative. What did Donnie say? This is fake news. And so I am upset that he is, like, supporting her.
Yes. Like, it's a bad look.
And she doesn't need it. She doesn't need your endorsement. Give it to someone who needs it. Man. Like, what are we doing?
And it's not like she's the best player in the league. Like, Asia Wilson. There are so many other players that he could be shouting out. But he's shouting out Caitlin, like you said, to be a bandwagon, to hop on with the rest of male society. And it's very frustrating.
He doesn't even shout out the people that play in his city.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
I'm sure he hasn't shot out one Sparks player. Not a one. And so, you know, that's where I was done. I try my best I have a defense for everything LeBron does. I promise you I do. But this one I cannot support this endorsement, because like y'all said, she doesn't need it. And specifically, like me, as a Black woman, I don't want to see any more Black men defending her. I'm sorry.
I know, like, that throws me off. Like, that is just, like, are you confused? Like, like, I just don't know what is going through their minds.
Because what has she done for them? Like, what has she done that has made you so enamored with this person other than shoot a three?
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, we can, like, so many other people can shoot the basketball. Like, please, like, you are not, like, the all-hail Grace.
Yeah, and because, like y'all said, they treat her like, she is the best thing out since sliced bread. That's the whole thing. I know that's like a... Anyways.
No, I was on that page.
Okay, great, thank you. One thing we don't talk about, and I think we talked about this before, is her attitude again. Like, that push, I think, is an output of her attitude problem that we've been talking about. And nobody's talking about that extra push. They're claiming it as a basketball play. But no, in the angle that I saw, there was an extra follow through and then she walked off.
And the walk off is what gets me, because it's like, you're not about to sit here and act like you did not just shove her, like, because you're pissed.
Yeah. Because I know what a take foul is. She could have just easily wrapped her up, which she was right there to do. But there was a lot more to it. And so I just think her attitude problem needs to be talked about a little bit more. I think it's a problem. And somebody created a whole montage. Shout out to Twitter. Somebody created a whole montage of her having an attitude on the sidelines. Because this is a problem.
She always has an attitude. It's disgusting. Like, honestly, like, the way she is as a player is just, like, gross. I just, like, don't understand how she could ever be... I don't even know how she's made it this far. I don't know how she's made it this far.
For a girl who, like, if she wants to push that narrative of, like, I just want a ball, and that's all we know about you, and then you get on the court and that's what you do on a regular basis, then what are you doing? Like, that doesn't line up. Yeah. Because your brand, you're not building your brand in a positive light if that's all you are. So what are we doing? I don't get it. I really don't.
Because I have on my fan of the game.
Yeah. Stand up.
I was literally
show it to
wear
him.
that.
We should have been on one accord today. Because this is a perfect day to wear it. You were actually on point and we were off. Yep, fan of the game since BC before Clark. Can you move over so we can see Clark a little bit? I don't think they saw the Clark. That's very important. Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
I was say I was reading an article. It's old. It's from last year. I was reading an article, and it was about Caitlin Clark, of course, and how Diana Taurasi stole her spot on the Olympic team. Arguable, whatever. I know how I feel about DT. Screw your spot. She got that.
Everyone steals everything from her.
No. The line was, 42-year-old Taurasi will get a chance to get her sixth medal, while 22-year-old will lose out on her first opportunity of her life. I was like, that is so...
Oh my gosh.
So
like,
wild
please.
To say.
Like, are you serious? Like, go play in the next Olympics.
Like, you'll get your... She will get her
You'll get
turn.
yours.
I hope
definitely.
I hope she doesn't. I hope she never makes a roster.
No, I really hope she, like...
Yeah, we all hope for bad things, but we can't.
Her documentary is going to be like 3 seconds long because nobody knows anything about her. That's it.
Yeah, she just wants to hoop.
That is true.
Here's what she won. That's all. That's an awful legacy to leave. The only thing people are going to remember is your rewards, not what you do for your community, not who you are as a person, nothing. That's concerning.
She doesn't even care, though. Like, I don't even think she cares.
She's such an interesting figure because Paige Beckers has played a total of 1 or 2 WNBA games, and we know much more about her than Caitlin, who's played a full season. So it's crazy. But y'all, we have given Caitlin Clark too much of our time. That's very uncharacteristic of us. 20 minutes is crazy. We have to move on, but just know we very much so, we're very disappointed in this whole situation, how it panned out, but I have to give the greatest props and shout out to Ryan Clark. I am not a fan of honorary doctorate degrees, but if you got one, I would not be mad at that because you clocked it. You clocked it, babes. You hit it right on the money like a scholar would, so I'm so proud. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Enough with Caitlin. So y'all, the WNBA season started. You know, but there was more games beyond that Indiana Sky game. So how are we feeling right now? How are we feeling about the W?
Guys, I have a confession. I may or may not have purchased the league pass.
Bro.
You were talking crazy. You were talking mad.
I was. And I still am slightly. But you know what? Like, at least I get to watch the games now. So I'm not sitting here, like, in limbo of, like, where am I going to watch my next game? So at least I get to watch the games. It's only to watch the games.
Did you get the student discount?
Well, of course, I got the student discount. I was most definitely not paying more than I had to for League Pass.
No, yeah,
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for getting past. So you probably have watched more games than all of us. So what are your thoughts so far?
Well, so I think that the Mystics are actually really a threat and a force to be reckoned with. And even without Georgia Amore, like, I think that Sonia Citron is insane. Like, I don't know how she has just been overlooked. I feel like I've overlooked her a lot, personally. And she is just there in every facet of the game, completely.
Sorry.
Like, she's just on that.
Yeah, she's cooking.
Kiki
right,
also, saw her get into it with, is it Sophia Cunningham?
Sophie, yeah.
Yeah, Sophie. I was like, wow. Like, she, like, went right into it with her. I was like, okay. And I'm like, really, I don't really like Sophie Cunningham because I think she's, again, another one of those dirty players that just, like, is doing too much. And yeah, I honestly, like, just the rooks on that team have, like, done a lot for me. And I'm very proud of them, to be honest.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the Mystics as well.
I am.
I know. I was definitely not expecting them to do as good as they're playing right now. I feel like also Kiki.
Yeah,
I feel like she is.
She's cooking, yes.
She's a really good, like, she has a really good bag of, like, moves and stuff. Like,
And she's, like, big. To be moving like that, it's a lot.
Big Claude, how's your girl Stephanie Dolson?
Listen,
0.5.
I had to see her on the TV a few times. And I honestly was just like, you know, like, I'm sitting here, like, with my mom watching, and she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I don't like her. I'm just very honest about it. I just keep it straight up. She just needs to, like, we're past her game. You know what I'm saying? Like, her game is not up to par with where we're heading in the league, I fear, so we need to expand.
Okay.
I agree. I fully agree. She got her championship. She got a few All-Stars. She went to the Olympics. She's good. Great career. Great legacy.
Yeah, and we'll leave it at that. Like, I think you need to wrap it up now.
Same as Sloot. It's time.
This was another thing. I texted you guys about this a few weeks ago, it had to have been. I'm watching one of the games, I forget which one, and I was like, they said something like there's some 30-year-old rookie on one of the teams, and I was like, what are we talking about here? We're, like, cutting girls that are 22, have their whole lives ahead of them, and we're putting some 30-year-old foreign player on a roster.
The players that have been waived it's kind of frustrating me a little bit.
First of all, Cheyenne Sellers is my biggest one. I don't understand how she has not only been waived from the Valkyries, which we can get into that in a second, but then to be transferred overnight to be with Atlanta and then play a game with them. And, like, what do you expect from her to perform at her tip-top shape? She's never practiced with you guys. She just has been flying all over the country, essentially, to play basketball. And then you cut her the next day, too. Like, I'm just, like, I'm over it. Like, Cheyenne Sellers, like, had a hell of a season at Maryland, and she's a huge underdog right now and is being overlooked completely, and it sucks, honestly.
I agree.
Also, Diamond DeShields got with.
My gosh.
That was actually
What really got me was, like, the story post. I was like, wow. Like, here we are. Like, way to call it out, though. Clock it. Like, call it what it is.
Because that's really crazy. Like, I never expect to, or it doesn't always occur to me that current players that have been very well seasoned into the W can also be waived. I also don't understand. I can't imagine Diamond DeShields being waived, but I guess if that's what you're going for, then you can waive her. I thought she was producing pretty. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty known name, but also
yes.
Like her and Haley Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Got waived as well.
That one got me, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, we're just taking Tahina in, like, as our new guard? Like, I'm just confused. Like, I'm just so thrown by the moves, like, that are being made.
Yeah. Also, Deja Kelly. I will get it. Oh my gosh. It's very frustrating to me as an Aces fan because I watched the Aces Liberty game, and the Aces looked sloppy.
Yes.
They were not, it was careless turnovers, and they just did not look good. And on top of that, New York is, I would say, they were the better team. They were the better team, but I feel like the way that the Aces gone out was just, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to watch as an Aces fan. And it makes me wonder, maybe if we didn't waive a player who scored like 15 points per game in a preseason, then maybe it wouldn't have turned out that way.
I just don't. And I was having like deja vu last night watching the Wings after watching the way the Aces played. I was feeling like I was watching the Aces all over again last night, but it was the Dallas Wings, and I was like, what is going on?
Like, that's why I was concerned. I was really
the pieces are there. Like, you guys have the players.
Dude, you have the team. I don't understand.
It's not meshing together. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. And y'all need to get it together because it's just not working good.
Like, they go on these crazy runs and they're like kicking butt. Like, on these runs, defense is crazy, and then boom, we're chucking up 3-point shots that we're not making. You are not making a heavily, fully contested 3-point shot from like 6 feet behind the line. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
I mean, can I be honest, y'all? The beginning of the season has really been making me frustrated for various reasons. Because the Aces are not looking good. Like I said, I was very concerned with the Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum swapper. I wasn't a fan because you see KP's cooking. KP is cooking in LA.
Crying.
She's being her. She's having the time of her life.
Fried.
Yes. Also, again, I was originally a Sky fan before I became a bandwagon Aces fan. I hate the Chicago Sky team. I'm sorry, y'all. No shade. I hate the Sky team. Angel Reese is Angel Reese, but Camila Cardoso was doing exactly what we said she would do. Nothing. There was no improvement. She was not in the lab in the offseason. I'm very concerned. And then the guards.
Like, what are we doing? The guards are the worst part of it, I think. They're like, Camila we can get over because we already knew that was going to be that.
Right.
The guards is really throwing me off. Like, you need to rebrand that. Like, we need to move that around, and you had the opportunity. You had so many opportunities.
What did they do? They brought back Courtney Vandersloot,
and she is just not. I don't even think she's a real guard. I feel like she's more of a shooting guard. Like, I'm sorry, she's not a PG. Like, she is a solid 2.
She has Sabrina, so she doesn't do anything.
And like, she was like a veteran presence in New York, and y'all gonna bring her back to Chicago to be in the starting lineup. Like, what? I don't know what's happening in Chicago, so I don't know if I'm gonna go to a Chicago Sky game this season. I try to get to a Chicago Sky game every season, but I'm not going for that guard play. I'm not watching that in person.
Not at all. It's like like sloppy. It's like beginner basketball out there. Like, what are we doing? Like, are you our guard or are you not our guard? You're supposed to hold the team down. Like, what is... And then everyone else looks bad. Like, it just makes Angel look bad. Like, Camilla looks even worse. Like, then she looks worse than what it is already. And there's just no saving it.
Yeah, because it starts with the guard play. Like, when you have bigs like that, it starts with the guard play. That's why
always
Asia has Chelsea. So even though KP was gone, Chelsea's going to always thread the needle to Asia. But Angel's job has become harder. I believe Angel's job has become significantly harder because she doesn't have a guard that will effectively thread the needle. I'm concerned, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to get that out the way because y'all know the Chicago Sky is my first love. But I don't know what that front office is doing. That's actually why I left, y'all. That's why I left the bandwagon of Chicago. That's why I left the fan base. I had to take my talents. To Vegas. But now, I just don't know what's happening because New York is still looking like, an elite organization, and I'm not necessarily happy about that. I love the front office. Shout out to Shayna Stevenson. I want to always give her flowers. She is fantastic. Love you, girl. I'm just not a fan of the ball club. And so, but they're doing well. So that's why I'm upset. I'm sorry.
I'm upset right now because I had hope for the Mercury going into the season, and then what does Ka do? Ka goes and gets injured.
He's hurt, babe.
They make this big social media campaign about how she's the center of the team, and what does she do? She goes and gets injured. It was never meant to be.
It wasn't.
A lot of injuries, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm just like, wow, like, what is really going on here?
Because, y'all, now, see, you know what really pissed me off about Ka's injury? She barely played in Unrivaled. Like, she took all those games off in Unrivaled. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, okay, she's just trying to prepare for the season. Then baby girl then still goes and gets hurt. Girl, you could have just played the whole Unrivaled season.
That's why it shocked me. Because I was like, where's the overuse coming in? Like, what's happening?
Right. So I feel you with that.
But it's okay. They're not doing too bad. Okay, AT's there. She's holding it down. Satu's holding it down. Love her. I don't know about the rest of these people. No one else is really doing much.
Right. That's just like what happens. I feel like that's just what's going on as of lately.
Yeah, and y'all, let me go back to the roster issues again because I'm still mad. That's why when the shades are on, I'm mad, and so I'm mad because like when they decided they were going to expand the W, I thought the center of the campaign would be we would have more roster spots. But what has happened is that these roster spots, and I love globalizing the game, but they've been filled with international players. And again, I love the globalization part, but y'all sold it on we'll have more roster spots. But we're doing nothing but filling these rosters with international players, not giving our college players any chance. And so, what with those the way this is set up, why would any college player leave early? Stay, sis, stack the checks, get that degree, pray for the dream. But if not, you have that degree and hopefully that NIL money in your back pocket. And so it's frustrating to see the Haley Joneses and some of our favorite college players get cut and they're just grabbing the girls from international. Again, love globalization, but we got to think about what that is costing. That's a big.
I agree. I'm just confused as to like why we can't expand the roster spots. Why can't we do 13, 14, or 15?
You know it's all about money. These owners are at the end of the day are greedy. You know.
It does come down to that.
It comes down to them wanting to give out extra couple $100,000 a year, and at this point, they aren't willing to do that, which is very frustrating.
It's just it must also be so annoying, like as a coach, to have to sit there and be like, okay, like I really do need you on my team, but unfortunately, I can't keep you. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, another one that really got me was Madison Scott. That one was I was like, that's rough. Felt so bad, but it's also like, again, like I'm sorry, I have to bring this up. The Valkyries.
Yep.
Why are you even drafting anybody then? Like, why did you even draft anybody then? First of all, I really like look at the team and I'm just like, first I know 2 names on the team.
Exactly.
I don't know who anyone else is, and the one girl, it's her second season. Like, it's Kate Martin's second season in the W. And then the rest of them I've never heard of, and Tiffany Hayes I've heard of, and that's all I can really think of right now on the Valkyries. But, like, I saw, like, this whole thing online lately about Caitlin Chen and how they're, like, they used her to, like, because she's Taiwanese. Mm-hmm. They used her as, like, the first Taiwanese player to ever get drafted and all this stuff, and, like, we're, like, doing all this stuff for her, and, like, had her, like, throw out the first pitch at a baseball game, like, all this stuff. And then they just go and cut her.
It's insane.
And you just, like...
This is brutal.
Like, it's just, like, you milk the cow, like, all the way. Like, you're, like, trying to do so much to be, like, yeah, like, we've got her. And then it's just, like, you're gonna just go and cut her. So, like, really, why did you just... Like, it's kind of, I think, even disrespectful to, like, her culture. Because it's, like, you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, yeah, I'm the first Taiwanese player in the W, but then you're going to just cut me so it doesn't matter. So I don't know. The way they're moving is just very wrong, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like that also feels like a disconnect between the front office and the, like, team side. Because, like, more than likely, like, the front office was like, how can we, like, get the most buzz possible for a person? And, like, there just wasn't communication between those two sides, and that ended up being really harmful. And just making them look very, like, disingenuous, which is not a good look starting off in such a, like, socially aware league.
Completely. And it's just, like, and then they cut the rest of their players that were drafted, so it's just, like, whatever.
I recognize a lot of these players, and even them, I would be like, why would, like, even the, like, a lot of the vets that they kept don't have, like, they're not vets. Like, they've been here forever, but they're not vets. So, like, what are you really bringing to me if you've been here for 9 years and you've yet to find your pace?
That's my thing. Like, in my eyes, it's like the team is Kate Martin, unfortunately, and Tiffany Hayes.
Right. That poor girl has to carry everything on her back when she just got here.
Like, we all just showed up. I'm just curious, like, why... I don't know. I think they could have done so much with Caitlin and Cheyenne. Who else did they draft? Does anyone know off the top of the head?
Not off the top.
But the two of them, I feel like they could have done a lot with. Like, that really could have been, like, Caitlyn could have developed a little bit more. Cheyenne, I feel like, is at that point where, like, has that mentality to, like, ball. And she's really just one of those hoopers. Like, she just hoops, really. Like, she's not in all the other extra. Like, she's just a hooper. So I'm just kind of like...
That's what I'm saying. They waived her before preseason.
Like,
that's crazy.
Even in a game for real. Like, you didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, like, what did they see at practice?
How do you do that? How do you waive her without seeing her in a real game situation? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, because all the game situations I've seen, she looks really good in, so I don't know. I just don't like the way the W moves. It's so frustrating, and, like, all these, like, waves have really gotten me. Like, I'm, like, opening my phone to a new TikTok of, like, this girl got waived, and I'm like, that's so detrimental. Like, I genuinely could cry every time. Like, I feel so bad. Like, you're wasting these girls' time. Like, why are you expanding how many people you're drafting and all this stuff? Like, this is just, I don't know. Like, you cannot have that many draft spots if you're not even going to keep that many girls.
I agree. How about we just cut the draft to 20 and keep it pushing? Because what are we doing? What are we doing?
You're wasting people's time. Like, these are girls that were literally sitting in the...
And money. Time and money. Don't forget about the money.
Like, these people are sitting in the room... And they're here to get drafted. You draft them and then you waive them the next week. Like, what are we doing?
It's unacceptable.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, it's not a sustainable model. That's why we're saying, like, what do y'all think is an acceptable way to do things? If they're not going to expand the rosters, like, why are we, like you said, why are we drafting? So that's my suggestion. Cut off at 20. And I think that's a lot because given, let's just have a top 10 draft and keep it pushing because y'all aren't serious. Y'all can't be serious.
You're like just drafting people for fun. Like, it's just like, it's not a game though. Like, these are people's lives.
Exactly. And meanwhile, real talent like Kennedy Carter is somewhere across the waters having the time of her life. She's having it.
Girl, Kennedy Carter is just...
Yo, that clip, she's having a wonderful time and I love that.
That clip got it.
I'm confident she has her shades on right now. She is having a time.
She's having the best time.
And you're going to see a lot of players going over there with the amount of cuts that
I'm glad, I'm glad she's getting the love and support that she deserves.
Absolutely. Incredible talent. I'm still, again, Chicago Sky, what are we doing? But I really do want to know what's a 411 with her. Like, Big Claw, you're really good at like, figuring out what's happening. What is the issue with her that she has to go across the... Yeah, because the talent is there.
Well, I just think, like, they have a problem with her, and so it gives her a problem with them. Like, she now has a problem with them, so she's like, cool, like, y'all don't want me? Like, they'll want me somewhere else. And she's, like, just loves that. Like, she's for the attention, I feel like. Like, she loves to be in the spotlight. So, like, if I'm playing overseas and I'm the number one player overseas and I'm getting, like, everyone wants to be all over me overseas, like, I'm on that. And like, I don't care to play in your league. Like, I don't even get paid any money. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Like, and I was gonna get cut anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, like, why not just start overseas? Like, it's just not even... Like, I just wouldn't even waste my time.
And I feel like she's there mentally.
Yeah. I think she looks very happy, to be honest.
Yeah, she does. But it's just frustrating, you know, as much as it doesn't sound like it, we're very pro-W. We are very pro-W.
Yes.
It's just the way that they move is so just...
wrong.
Yeah. Not well thought out.
Not calculated.
Yeah. And so we just come to present our suggestions for moving forward.
Our help. We are here to help.
Get a new commissioner. Start from the top.
Let's start there. And then hire those three. Okay, they'll need a job in a couple of years. So hire those three. They'll be happy to be strategists for any WNBA team or the league. Just shameless plug.
Shameless. Yeah, I mean...
let me see. What else is there?
I really am worried about the Dallas Wings, though. But I'm really hoping, because it's me, I have to hope.
No, yeah. I feel like they're going to get it together.
They're going to get it together, and it's about to be just wild.
Yeah, because what is happening with Enrique? Because I haven't seen their games. But I keep seeing people, like, concerned for her.
Well, yes, I will say I'm watching last night, and Paige, like, is on her game. And then they had taken Enrique out of the game for, like, a while. And everyone was, like, the commentators are even like, we need to get Enrique back in the game. Like, you need to get Enrique back in the game. Like, and I'm like, well, no, because she's literally chucking up shots, and technically we're coming back right now while she's sitting on the bench, so I don't really, you know. Then she came back in the game and threw up a couple of threes, and now they're air balls, they're smacking off the back of the rim, like...
What are we doing?
I'm just like, Enrique, like,
No, yeah, it was like we just made it a 4-point game. Now it's back to 10.
It was just a 4-point game. Enrique came back into the game, and then we were down by 10. So I don't know how that happened, but it was those 2 3-point shots that she thought she was going to make. And
It was more than just 2.
Well, yes, but she was just... And then she wasn't even really playing like, there was, like, a lot of defensive errors. And their coach is, like, very defensive-oriented. So... But I also think it's his first season coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think the W has a lot of new coaches this year.
They do.
Yeah, I forgot that happened after... We discussed this, like, when they all got fired. So... Because that's just how the W works, of course.
Yeah. So were the defensive errors, were they like Malaysia level defensive errors? Like, what are we
talking?
Low-key,
we had some girl... Like, Paige was like... All right, this was one of Paige's fumbles.
No, yeah.
She wasn't facing the ball. This is like typical basketball IQ fail of the year. She's not facing the ball when it's getting thrown in. And this girl, I don't even know who it was, comes cutting down, and it's just a free layup. And no one was guarding her, and I'm just like, so who, like, and Paige knew, but at the same time, like, that's not her man. So, like, what, who was supposed to be guarding that? And why was the whole other side of the basket wide open?
To me, it sounds like, because I haven't watched them play yet, but it sounds like they just need more time.
Yes.
To gel. And when the pieces come together, they'll come together. But just everything is kind of out of whack right now. That's how it sounds.
Yeah, I do also